Hello! We need to discuss something that has absolutely infuriated me. In 40 years of cybersecurity, I've seen some appalling things. But what happened to Kido International this week? This is different. This crosses a line I never thought even the worst criminals would cross. Some 8,000 children. Photos, addresses, medical records, and safeguarding notes. All stolen, posted online. And then the hackers started making phone calls, ringing up parents at home, using their children's data as leverage, demanding that the parents pressure the nursery to pay the ransom. But here's what makes this story even worse. Here's why I'm not just angry, I'm absolutely raging. This entire nightmare was completely, utterly, staggeringly preventable. We're not talking about some sophisticated nation-state attack. We're not talking about a zero-day exploit. We're talking about a security setting that wasn't enabled, a checkbox that wasn't ticked. And if you run a small business using any cloud platform, and you almost certainly do, you're probably making exactly the same mistake right now. Today, I look at what appears to have happened, why it matters to every single business owner listening, and what you need to do today to ensure you're not next. Let's get into it.
He's the guy with the plan for your online life. Keeps your data safe, cuts through the strife. Small biz owners, yeah, this is your guide. Cyber threats, beware. No place to hide. The small business cybersecurity guy, guarding your world with a sharp eagle eye. Tips and tricks to keep your systems tight. Stay secure, stay strong in the digital fight.
Welcome to another Small Business Cybersecurity Guy Hot Take. I'm Noel Bradford, and usually I'd start with some banter or a daft analogy. Not today. On September 25th, parents across London woke up to discover that a ransomware gang calling themselves Radiant had stolen their children's personal information from Kido International nurseries. Names, photos, home addresses, dates of birth, medical information, safeguarding notes, the kind of data that makes your stomach drop. These hackers didn't just encrypt some files. They posted samples of children's profiles online. Just 10 kids' photos and personal details on the dark web to prove they meant business. Then they started ringing parents directly, telling them to pressure the nursery into paying up. The hackers told the BBC they'd been inside Kido's network for weeks. They're based in Russia. And when asked about their motives, they said, "We do it for money, not for anything other than money. I'm aware we are criminals. This isn't our first time and will not be our last time." The Met Police are investigating. The ICO has been notified. And as of this morning, no arrests have been made. Now, you might think you don't run a nursery. However, the vulnerabilities that enabled this attack exist in thousands of small businesses in the UK at present. The tactics being used here will be copied, and the lessons from this nightmare could save your business from becoming the next headline. Kido International operates 18 sites in the UK, primarily located around London, serving over 15,000 families worldwide. They're listed as one of Britain's top-rated nursery chains. Parents trust them with the most precious thing in their lives, their children. The hackers spent weeks inside their network. Weeks! This wasn't a quick smash and grab. They had time to map everything, identify where sensitive data resided, and exfiltrate approximately 8,000 children's records, as well as complete employee databases. On September 25th, the Radiant Group posted their first leak. They claimed to possess sensitive data on over 8,000 plus children, plus their relatives, grandparents, aunties, uncles, parents, everyone, plus all employees and company data. 10 children's profiles were posted as proof. Then they escalated. By Friday, they posted stolen databases of UK employees, containing national insurance numbers, complete addresses, the lot. They threatened more to come. But the truly shocking bit? They started making phone calls. Parents received calls from individuals who clearly had access to their child's data, instructing them to pressure Kido into paying. The hackers admitted they'd hired individuals to make these calls. This level of organisation goes way beyond typical ransomware operations. These absolute tards are ringing up parents and using their children as leverage. Stephen Gilbert, a parent with 2 children at Kido, told BBC Radio 4 that families were notified 10 days ago but had received next to no substantive updates since then. He described the stolen data as including profile pictures, medical information, dates of birth, and contact details of parents. He said, "It's uncharted territory for a nursery." Except now it isn't. Once one group proves this tactic works, others will copy it. Here's where this gets properly infuriating. Kido uses a platform called Family for managing their nursery operations. Family is a solid, well-respected childcare management system used by over 6,300 centres globally. And here's the critical bit. Family's backend was never breached and remained untouched. The hackers didn't compromise Family's infrastructure at all. This was an instance-level breach. The attackers gained access to Kido's specific account on the Family platform because Kido had not implemented the security settings correctly. Now, Family offers multi-factor authentication. You know, that extra layer of security where you need your password plus a code from your phone. The thing that makes credential theft basically useless. The security control that would have stopped this breach dead in its freaking tracks. But MFA on Family isn't mandatory. It's optional. And Kido didn't enable it. Didn't even tick the fucking box. Let me be crystal clear about what happened here. The hackers almost certainly used compromised credentials, including stolen passwords, phishing, and credential stuffing, the usual methods. They logged into Kido's Family account using legitimate access. No sophisticated hacking. No zero-day exploits. Just username and password, walking right through the front door like they owned the bloody place. If Kido had enabled MFA, the hackers would have hit a wall. They'd have needed physical access to an authorized device. The attack would have failed. 8,000 children's data would still be secure. This entire nightmare could have been prevented by clicking one setting. One simple setting. This is what we cybersecurity professionals refer to as a shared responsibility model. Family provides the platform and the security features. Customers like Kido are responsible for actually using those security features. Family held up their end, Kido didn't. And before anyone jumps to Family's defense or throws them under the bus, let me be clear. Family offers enterprise-grade security, AES 256 encryption, proper access controls, audit logging, GDPR compliance, and annual security audits. They did their job. But the heads made MFA optional when it should have been mandatory for any system handling children's data. So why does this matter to you? Because you're probably, no, almost certainly making mistakes right now. Most small businesses use SaaS platforms, cloud-based tools, Microsoft 365, Google Workspace, accounting software, customer relationship management systems, project management tools. Every single one of those operates on a shared responsibility model. The platform provider secures the infrastructure, you secure your access to it. And most small businesses ignore entirely their half of that bargain. According to the UK's 2025 Cybersecurity Breaches Survey, 43% of businesses suffered a breach in the past year. Gartner estimates that 99% of cloud security failures are the customer's fault, not the platform's. Think about that. 99%. You're using platforms that offer MFA and you're not enabling it. You're using platforms with detailed access controls and you're granting admin rights to everyone. You're using platforms with audit logging and you're never checking the logs. And when the breach happens, you'll stand there wondering how this could have happened to you. The hackers spent weeks inside Kido's infrastructure undetected. That tells me several things beyond the MFA failure. Nobody was monitoring for unusual activity. Weeks of someone accessing thousands of child records and no alerts triggered. No flags when large data transfers started happening. That suggests either no monitoring solution or one so poorly configured it might not exist. Access controls were probably inadequate. Once inside, the attackers could reach everything. Different types of data should require different permission levels. That clearly didn't happen. If access controls were in place, the hackers had access via a privileged account. Data loss prevention wasn't implemented. 8,000 records leaving your network should trigger screaming alarms. If nobody noticed weeks of data theft, those controls weren't there. Backup and recovery plans were insufficient. We haven't heard about Kido or Family restoring from clean backups, which means either backups didn't exist, weren't recent enough, or were compromised along with everything else. Now here's what should scare you. I see these same problems in small businesses every single week. You're making the same f***ing mistakes that led to 8,000 children's data being posted on the dark web. The only difference is scale. Right, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about what you do to prevent this from happening to your business. First, and most critical, multi-factor authentication. Everywhere, every system, every platform, every account that matters. If the platform offers MFA, you enable it. Not next week, not when you get round to it, today. Use authenticator apps or hardware keys, not SMS codes. SMS can be intercepted. Authenticator apps and hardware keys cannot. Second, understand the shared responsibility model for every cloud platform you use. What's the provider responsible for? What are you responsible for? Please write it down. Ensure that someone on your team is assigned to each responsibility. Third, access controls and permissions. Not everyone needs admin rights. Not everyone needs access to everything. Create roles. Limit access to what people actually need for their jobs. Review permissions quarterly. Fourth, monitoring and logging. You need to be aware of when something unusual happens. Someone is accessing data they don't usually touch. Unusual login locations or times. Large data downloads. This doesn't require expensive enterprise tools. Many platforms include basic monitoring. Please turn it on. And actually look at the logs. Fifth, proper backups. Offline, immutable copies that ransomware can't touch. Test them regularly. If you can't restore from backup, you don't have backups. Sixth, security awareness training. Your staff need to recognize phishing attempts. They need to understand why strong passwords matter. They need to know what to do if something appears to be wrong. Wake up, this isn't optional. Seventh, incident response planning. Know what you'll do when you're breached, not if, when. Who do you call? How do you contain it? What's your communication plan? Let's be clear about what happens next for Kido. The ICO is assessing whether they fulfilled their legal obligations. Under UK GDPR, organisations must notify the ICO within 72 hours if a breach is likely to result in a risk to individuals' rights and freedoms. They must also inform affected individuals without undue delay if there's a high risk. Children's data gets special protection under the law. The ICO's guidance makes clear that organisations must take extra care with children's personal information. The maximum fine under UK GDPR is up to £17.5 million, or 4% of annual global turnover, whichever is higher. The ICO considers factors like security measures, prompt reporting, response quality, and cooperation with investigations. And here's what should terrify every business using cloud platforms. The ICO will absolutely examine whether basic security features, such as MFA, were enabled. Failing to use available security controls when handling sensitive data, especially children's data, that's going to be very difficult to defend. You'll be standing in front of regulators trying to explain why you couldn't be asked to enable a free security feature. But here's my message to every business owner listening. Don't wait for regulation to force your hand. Don't wait for the ICO to knock on your door. Please don't wait until you're explaining to customers why their data is on the dark web. The Kido breach represents everything wrong with modern cybercrime and everything that is preventable in modern data breaches. Criminals with zero moral compass are exploiting basic security failures to terrorize families. But unlike some breaches that require sophisticated defenses, this one was staggeringly simple to prevent. Enable MFA, configure your platforms properly, understand your responsibilities in the shared responsibility model. This wasn't some nation-state zero-day exploit. This was failing to tick a f***ing checkbox. This could be your business next week. Your customer data, your employee records, your reputation is in tatters. Fines and lawsuits drained your bank account. Or you could take action today. Implement MFA, patch your systems, set up proper backups, train your staff, build monitoring, create an incident response plan. The difference between being the next headline and sleeping soundly at night is the actions you take this week. The Small Business Cybersecurity Guide blog offers detailed guides on every topic I've covered today. Visit thesmallbusinesscybersecurityguide.co.uk for step-by-step implementations. If you need assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out. This shit is too important to ignore. You can always find me on LinkedIn. If you found this useful, hit subscribe, leave a review, share it with other business owners who need to hear this message. Please leave a comment indicating which security topic you would like covered next. Right, I need to calm down with a chamomile tea. Stay safe out there.
The information we've shared today is for general guidance only and shouldn't be treated as professional cybersecurity, legal, or business advice. Every business situation is unique, so what works for one company might not be right for another. Some of our recommendations might include affiliate partnerships, which we'll always mention when relevant. Finally, whilst we aim to help you improve your cybersecurity posture, we can't accept liability for any losses or damages that might result from following our suggestions. Think of us as your friendly neighbourhood cybersecurity enthusiasts, not your official security consultants. Stay safe out there, and remember, when in doubt, ask a professional. This hot take has been a Small Business Cybersecurity Guy production, copyright 2025. All rights reserved.
Thank you for tuning in today. We shared the tools to keep threats away. Stay sharp, stay smart, protect your gear. The Small Biz Cyber Guy is always near. Click subscribe and join the ride. Together we'll shield the digital tide. Your business is strong when your data's secure. The Small Biz Cyber Guy, here to ensure. From firewalls to password might, we got your back day and night. For questions or tips, don't hesitate. This cyber crew is first rate. So keep your systems locked up tight. Back them up and sleep at night. Small steps make a difference big. Protect your dreams with a clever ring. Click subscribe and join the ride. Together we'll shield the digital tide. Your business is strong when your data's secure. The Small Biz Cyber Guy, here to ensure. Thanks for listening, we're signing off. Stay cyber safe no matter the cost. The Small Biz Cyber Guy says goodbye. Until next time, keep your day